So this video is all about giving versus getting. And this is a huge one. This is not to do with just one area of life. This covers everything. And as soon as this clicked for me, like I think my whole world changed, literally my whole world. Because here's the thing, we are brought up in this world of wanting to get something, whether that's studying when we were younger as children, we want to get to the next level. We want to get the good grade that our teacher gives us. We want to get that feeling that we are doing well. It's this hunt. We want to get approval from our parents. We want our parents to give us something. We're always in this getting mode. And then we go into work and there's this, I want to get more money. I want to get a promotion, or in a business, I want to get success. I want to get this. In relationships, I want to get this thing from them. Oh, they're a nice person. I want to get this thing from them. It's always this search. Or I'm going to go on this vacation. I want to get this feeling of feeling great. I want to get some big muscles and get fit. That was one for me for sure. I want to get some big muscles because that's going to make me feel good. I want to get this feeling from partying and drinking that I'm alive. And here's the thing. Here's the thing. Some of these things are fine. It's great to want to achieve things and want to feel alive, but it can create massive amount of anxiety. Can you imagine? Just from those examples I've said, this feeling of insecurity and wanting something and really just looking for approval that it's okay to be me. From so many of these things, even relationships. And the thing is, like, we grow up with some of these beliefs. So sometimes for many people, most people, it trickles into these unconscious patterns of how you talk to people, trying to get some kind of mental pleasure from it when you talk to people. You know, when sometimes people are talking too much about themselves, they're trying to get something, but they don't know it. A lot of the time, they don't know it. And I was there too. All of these things I'm talking about, I have real life experience with. I'm not looking and talking down on anyone. That's why it feels so natural for me to talk about this stuff. Because when I was going through all these challenges, I was in this getting mode. I was in this mode that I need to get this feeling that I'm okay. This feeling that it's okay to be me. Imagine that, going through life, searching for a feeling of approval and acceptance from people. And the thing is, like I said a few times now, most of the time we don't realize it. So we have to surface that first. It's like this iceberg underneath the surface and it starts floating upwards. Our job is to help that iceberg float upwards so we can see it now. We're like, oh, I see the iceberg now. I see what this is. Otherwise it's undercover and it's quite clever. It hides. Or maybe not clever, it's just that we haven't realized it yet. And there's this thing, like, I don't know where it was, I think it's Maslow, this thing about self-realization, self-actualization. Yeah, once you realize everything, you realize everything about yourself. All the icebergs are there. Imagine you're in like in a lake, or and you see like all of these icebergs. Or not a lake, sea. And you see all these icebergs. You can see them all now. And you can start melting them. It's like you have this flamethrower and you can start melting them. And now it's all smooth. And your life becomes so much more pleasurable. But in the state of getting, it's just hunting for something, constant search. Giving mode is so much different. Because imagine you have a relationship with someone and you really want to give them something. You really want to, you want to see their smile on their face. And here's an example. My sister once, she surprised me with a birthday present because I didn't even expect what she was going to give me. And it was something very valuable. It was a letter, a handwritten letter. And it meant so much because it surprised me. And she just wanted to give me appreciation, give me love. There was nothing that she was getting from that. The way it was written, I was like, whoa. And the gifts that are well thought out, you know, when someone really thinks, what would that person want? What do they really want? Okay, let me get this from them. That's giving mode. But let's take that a step further. Because sometimes people give someone a gift and they're like on the edge of their seat because they want to see the other person's reaction. They're trying to get the good feeling, the thank you, the, you know, oh, you're so kind. It's exactly what I want. You're trying to get that. You want the appreciation. And I've heard from some people in the past, like they've said, they've given me something and then they're like, oh, like you don't even appreciate it. And I do, I'm like, oh, this is nice, but they want more. So that's getting mode still. So unconditional giving is when you're just giving. You're just giving. It's service. It's pure service. It's purely from the heart. There's no unmet mental needs. There's no like prize, mental prize at the end of it that makes you feel good inside. It's just like you're not attached to anything. You're just doing it. For example, when I have conversations with people on social media and they ask me questions, I'm just giving them what I think would be useful. Sometimes I'll send them something like this video, for example, or any other video. Just send it to them. I'll be like, this might be useful for you based on the things that you're asking me about and you're challenged by. So I'm just giving them this. And it feels empowering because I'm not expecting anything. I'm just like, here you go. I'm serving someone. It's like the waiter at the restaurant who is giving you something more. They're giving you extra service. They don't have to do this. Yeah, maybe they'll get a tip, but there's some people who are just doing it because they're trying to make the most of the time that they have at that job. Why not make it enjoyable instead of being the grumpy old waiter who's like, oh, slam thing on the table and then time to go, you know. You appreciate that more. You appreciate a better service, don't you? Anywhere you go. And let's talk about business. Let's talk about any business. Amazon, their service is excellent. Just no nonsense. You get such nice people talking to you. They want to give you everything they can. Or even think about going into a really nice restaurant that has great service. Or a great hotel that you stay at, great service. You appreciate that so much more. People pay more money for this kind of stuff because they want to be around kind people. And then you see the reviews of bad service and you don't want to go there. That's all people want, to have nice people around them serving. So when you're in the giving mode, you are serving. When you are in getting mode, you are self-serving. You are serving your own motives. For example, if someone says, oh, let's meet up, you know, I want to see you. Sometimes they want to do it to get something. They don't really want to see you. Even if they're like, yeah, it's been a while. Maybe they just want to go out and they want to do something and they're like, oh, let me drag someone along with me. And I'm not saying anything's wrong with this stuff. I'm just saying it's such a powerful place to be in the giving mode instead. Just, it changes everything, because then you will get something probably. Like, the key I'm saying here is you're not trying to get anything, but you might get a nice smile. You might get kinder people around you. Because if you're giving stuff out, you get it back. That's how things work. Like, there's this whole thing about manifestation and the law of attraction. And sometimes people screw this up completely. They're just like, or like praying. It's like, oh, something's gone wrong. Please, please give me this, give me this, give me this, give me this now. Then it doesn't work. Because it's being like needy. It's neediness, really. Desperation. That's not a powerful energy state. Because it's really this like mind-driven, fear-driven mode. That doesn't help. When has that ever helped anything? But sometimes we're unconscious to that. We don't know we're doing it, right? When you are in a place where you don't need anything, you're just good. You're just good no matter what. You're so abundant. You're rich inside. You are rich. Then you don't need to search. You have a full cup. Your cup is overflowing. Imagine like those fountains that just overflow. It's like that. It's pouring in and there's so much coming out there. You're giving it away. You're okay to give it away. You're not trying to grasp onto something from other people because your cup's empty. So if you build this powerful, unwavering wellness inside you, then you are full. You are full. You work from a powerful inner state rather than looking from the outside to fill you up inside. That's the big difference. Inside out versus outside in. If I want my cup to be filled by others, I'm grabbing from the outside, grabbing from everyone's energy, become like this vampire who's like, grab, 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 grab. I need, give me, give me. Then you start putting it into your cup. But that cup just is not the same. It's like almost like you're filling that cup with a different liquid, which is not very nice. Whereas this inner cup, this inner energy that you fill it with is just abundant. It's just pure. And you become like so chilled. This was a huge thing for me, massive. And for example, a client I was working with, I said to her, she was talking to me all about like marketing and her personal brand and how she comes across and how to impress people. And I was saying, if you're like in that state where you're changing who you are to try and fit what you think other people want, that's not going to be as powerful or as easy for you to even come across. How can you come across authentic and well and effortless? When you are just being you, it's effortless. You just have to trust yourself. You just have to trust that you are being you is great. It's like whenever I tell a story or I'm saying something about myself and I'm just being purely me, people appreciate it so much because you can tell the difference. We as humans, we know the difference between someone who is in getting mode and giving mode. You can tell, right? Maybe not even consciously sometimes, but your body knows. It's instinct. You can smell it off someone. If someone's trying to get something from you, you can smell it, can't you? You just smell this like this thing around them. and it turns you off, it turns you down. Your energy goes down. It's not fun to be around. Whereas the person who's beaming, they're great to be around. You just love being around them. You get lifted. Because they're in their purest state. They're not in the mind game, which is trying to impress or please others. When you are in a mode of pleasing versus serving, pleasing is like I said, is self-serving, is trying to impress others. When you're in this pure you state, you don't need anything. You're just being you, and it's effortless, it's natural, it feels nice, it's fun, it's playful. Like when children, they grow up being themselves until things happen in school and they're around other kids and their parents say things, the identity forms slowly. And then sometimes things happen where they don't feel comfortable being themselves. So then this like shadow forms around their true self. And then becomes this getting mode, this like pleasing mode. So it's almost finding your original self, which was okay being itself the whole time. So I'm going to leave it as that. I'm not going to tell you exactly how to do this, because inside you know somehow, because you go into this state all the time. It's not something you've got to go heal or do some magic to create. You just have to slow down and you realize it's there all along. It's there all along. Those moments where you smile, those moments where you feel something here, it's there. It's there. It's always been there. So giving mode just takes you away from me and it turns you into a we. It turns you into this collective thing, this collective, like when I say thing, it's because I don't even know how to describe it. Let's just say collective everything and nothing at the same time. The trees, the planets, the other people, animals, everything. You become nothing. You're not even in this identity. Like when you go and walk in nature, you're just connected. You're loving it. You're enjoying it. When you get this buzz, when you do something courageous, you're just feeling this rush coming through you. That's you. You're not in this mode of getting. You're just enjoying everything around you. You've left this cave. But when you go back into this cave, it's unconscious sometimes. Like I said, a lot of the times actually it's unconscious that you're in these behaviors of pleasing and trying to get stuff, or fears that you're not good enough or accepted or whatever, right? So that creates these actions and these behaviors. So start becoming conscious of that, conscious of the unconscious, slow down, and start doing more things that take you to that place. Because you will probably figure out what that is. So, to summarize, giving versus getting. Getting is tension. It's always tension. Because it's like, I need something. It's like if you were hungry, it's like, I need some food. When you're getting things from other people and from life and you're searching and searching, it's saying that, yeah, I need something right now. I'm incomplete. That's really what it is. But when you're in giving mode, it's like, I'm already complete. So all is good. Great. So see what comes up and drop me a message, because this has been huge for me. Like I went from being the person who was a chameleon and trying to act like everyone else, trying to impress everyone, trying to fit in for my whole life, to slowly destroying the need for that. And now it's just like, whatever, everything's effortless and easy, because it's just, yeah, I'm free, let's just say. And yeah, I still have some of these times. I'm not enlightened or anything. Still have some of these times, but I've just done some work to help me see differently, see the world differently. And everyone can do this. This is not some magical thing that you go and, you know, spend your life in isolation for. So drop me a message and I'll send you, you know, a few more stories about how I've done this and how some other clients have done this, because this is what I'm helping people with, right? I've seen people, like, for example, that lady I just mentioned, she started having just conversations with people. I said to her, drop all of this personal brand stuff, just have conversations with people. Like, you know how to do that, right? She said, yeah, but what if, you know, I want to make a business and all this. I said, yeah, I know you do. But anytime you go to a car sales room or something and you get that person coming up to you, bothering you, you can smell it off them. But then there's another person who just wants to talk to you. Is it like they're leading from the heart? They're just open. They're not needy. It's different, isn't it? So she started having more conversations with people, being fearless in her approach, getting present, like I said, very important. And then she was just enjoying things and things started shifting for her business. People started recognizing her as this person who just is like so warm and kind, and she's giving so much. Everything started changing and she became fearless. Firstly, she started going out there more because she realized, like, this doesn't mean anything. I haven't got this pressure on me anymore that I need to get. It's just like, I'm here to spread, almost like you have like pixie dust or whatever you call it, like gold. You're throwing it out into the crowd. You're full of gold, so you're okay to throw some out, because then you fill up again. It's unlimited. Whereas if you felt like you had no gold in you, you're like clinging on to finding some. So everything changed for her. And this is generally what's happening with people I'm working with. Because I've been here myself, right? It's not like something I read in a book. It's just pure being, really. And this helps every area of life, relationships, work, business, whatever. So let me know your thoughts. There's also a book called The Go-Giver that you can check out. That's one of my recommendations. It just tells kind of a similar story of this path of letting yourself go. But drop me a message, let's connect, and we can talk about this in more detail. But for now, how can you let go of yourself? With the next person you speak to, try it. Try it out with the next person you speak to. See if you can just listen and really be curious and interested, not wanting anything from them. And if you tried that, tell me how it went, because I've done this experiment with many people and it's always interesting results. Their reflection on it as well is an interesting result. All right, for now, that's it.